are probably wondering why I'm wearing a jacket in August, but you can probably guess when you look at the view behind. I am in Golden, British Columbia, exploring the Rockies, exploring touristy places like Banff, Jasper, all that stuff, and I've got a lovely machine to cover that. Big thanks to Nissan Canada for giving me the huge Armada so that it can take all my family, all the luggage in utmost comfort. Now let's talk about the whole area as a whole and how it is to travel as a tourist in this beautiful region of Canada. What does it take to have a trip like this? Well, first I took a flight from Toronto to Calgary, picked up the car in Calgary, drove down to Golden, British Columbia, which is where the base I've set for exploring the area. That's where I found a fabulous Airbnb. From Golden, BC, it was about a 3-hour drive from Calgary. From Golden, BC, we ended up driving to Jasper, to Banff to explore all the famous lakes. We also did a few more lakes on the Icefield Parkway, which goes to Jasper, which I think is a must do because it's such a beautiful scenic drive. The twists, the roads, the mountains, the lakes, the rivers, anything you see is just so much more beautiful than you'll see in any other part of Canada. We also did some glaciers exploration, so I had to park the car, take a bus up to the glaciers, which is also a very unique experience and a must to do, and I strongly recommend everyone in the area to definitely try it out once. The car, on the other hand, well, we all know it. I've done a very thorough review of the Armada, so I already know how good of a vehicle it is. So when Nissan Canada gave me the opportunity to drive this around in this region, I could not say no. It's huge, it carries all the luggage, it carries all my family in utmost comfort, and we all know it's a fabulous cruiser, and on roads like these, this is the kind of vehicle you really enjoy road trips on. I'm now behind the wheel of the 2025 Nissan Armada, which I've been driving over the last few days through some beautiful landscape mostly on this main highway that goes through Alberta and British Columbia, which is the highway number 1, which is the TransCanada highway. This basically takes you from Calgary to Banff to Golden, and if you go further on, you can even go on to Revelstoke and then all the way to Vancouver Reserve, which is a very long highway. And if you go the other way around, and if you have time on your hands, you can actually make it all the way to Toronto just from this single highway. It's toll free and it's a beautiful paved road. The SUV, on the other hand, has been an absolute gem. As you can see on these paved highways, I'm cruising on the speed limit, which varies from 90 to 100 on different sections of the highway. And it's such a glider. It wafts on the highway. The driving position is so nice. You're sitting upright and you have a clear view of the hood and as well of the landscape, which is extremely beautiful. As I said, I cannot speak enough compliments about the landscape that this road is based on. It's just so beautiful, so serene, and every new corner you take on the highway, it reveals an all new view which you didn't see before, and it just blows your mind every time you see it. The ride quality is good. The handling, yes, it is a body on frame SUV, so taking some sharper curves on the highway at 100 or 110 will definitely take some planning, but otherwise the steering feel is very nice. It's heavy, it's hefty. Not everybody would like it, but I personally like it, especially on the highway. I like a very heavy steering, so this steering feels just at home. Otherwise, yeah, this SUV has been absolutely killer. And you know what the bonus is? So I didn't face this kind of fuel economy when I tested this SUV back in Toronto because the traffic is much busier on highways. But on highways like this, where the speed limit has been varying from 90 to 100, and that's what the speed range I've kept it, the fuel economy, in fact, right now it's showing me is 9.1 liters per 100, which I think is spectacular for a car of this size. Yes, it does not have a V8. It does have a twin turbo V6, and it produces about 400 odd horsepower, 450, 420 horsepower, but it's sufficient. Never have I felt it lacking, be it on inclines or just merging or just passing traffic. It's been very sufficient. I've had luggage in the back, I've had family in the car, so the car has been loaded up, never felt an issue. And that's what I love about the Armada. Not a lot of people talk about it, but now that when I experienced it last time, I loved it, and now having driven on this beautiful terrain in this beautiful SUV, I like it a lot more. And I would have to say it is one of the most value for money propositions in the market today. Just the combination of this SUV on this road has made my holiday extremely amazing. Like, I have no words to share. Like, there's not enough words to praise this whole vacation experience I've had that matches with the car and the backdrop. So again, I have to say thanks to Nissan Canada for lending me the keys to this Armada for this beautiful trip. In conclusion then, the 2025 Nissan Armada, having already driven it and having done a very thorough review, which the link you'll find on top of your screen, I had a lot of expectations. Driving it in city urban conditions back in Toronto, it was a fabulous SUV. But now on this curvy, beautiful sections of the country, the mountainous roads, the twisty sections, it's still, I would say, a fabulous SUV, especially for the price point, because every other SUV is way more expensive than the Armada. So considering the price factor, I would say that this is one of the most value for money propositions in the market today. Rest about the backdrop, well, I can never speak enough. Every corner you look at, every mountain you look at, every waterfall you look at, or every even lake you look at, it's just so spectacular, stunning and breathtaking. In fact, this is my second time visiting in this part of the country, but I feel like there's still so much more to explore, and no matter how many days you plan in a trip, I still feel it's not enough. So overall, this trip was so fabulous, extremely exciting and mesmerizing, and it was helped with the beautiful Nissan Armada.